Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I've realized that there's a lot of mental energy, which is the Nine of Swords energy, and that is leading to the Ten of Swords energy, which is being, uh, I, it's like a mental diarrhea. All the thoughts are just coming out, just streaming out, and you're feeling helpless, and there could be like a verbal vomit phase that people might go through. or or you could release all of that energy and turn it into something more uh, like the Six of Swords, where you are going to calmer waters. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put up some cards here. So not this deck. I want to clarify with that. Let's let's ask Spirit, what is the what is the trapped mental energy? As soon as I said that, I saw the Page of Swords. I think it's looking too much. It's because of looking too much into the outside world or information that is related and for somebody else altogether. The thought forms are not yours. They're not supposed to be for you. Those thought forms are for somebody else, and uh, there has been several attempts at manifesting uh, the same thought forms made especially for other people or somebody else to be yours, because they're probably nice, but if they are not for you, then uh, they are going to have to be purged out. No matter how good they are, they will come out, like, and this is what leads to a dark night of the soul. So that your mind can be completely purged of the thought forms that are not meant for you or are not yours, and then you can actually have more clarity as to what are your own thought forms. Okay, let's go ahead and for the Queen of Wands, right? There is active participation here. That's a good sign. Okay. I love using these card stands. Really makes it so much better. It gives the card spread a bit of dimension. Okay, they're not all fitting in the view. There you go. Like I was saying, there are layers to our mind as well. So seeing the cards here upwards and then the layout here can, I think, make more sense of it. I think if you're going to need some more lights, I'm going to go and switch it on. Switch another set of lights. There we are. Trapped. Trapped with thoughts that do not belong to you. I think I'm going to take this card. I'm being asked to take this card. Active participation in this. We are taking this card as well. Something that does not belong to you, but it actually specifically belongs to someone else. Fixation on others. There you go. And we have the strength card. There is something coming through, though, that we have a lowest card at the bottom of the deck. This is also choices, right? Scott speaks about choices. This is Gemini. This is multiple choices. So, or two choices at the least, of course. Choices means it has to be one or more, two or more, sorry. So it's looking to me like a lot of us are so good. We are stronger when we're dealing with others, others set of life circumstances, situations. I wouldn't say problems or issues. So we're so good at dealing with others' lives than we are of our own lives. So it kind of gives us a chance to participate and have no consequences, right? But when we realize that we've filled our head with a lot of information that we got on other people, and then we try to make sense of it, and it does eventually, because we're getting good at it, active participation in helping others, leading others. Yes, it builds a different kind of strength, but it leaves us with choices that are not meant for us. And we lose sight. She's blindfolded here, and her eyes are shut. And these none of the figures have any eyes except for this. So our strengths are always uh, beneficial to others, but we have not built any skills, is what I'm getting, that is helping us identifying that one and only uh, choice that is for us. So we are blinded to what is best for us, or what is meant for us specifically, for ourselves. Two more cards, please. Yeah, Eight of Wands wanted to come out earlier as well. Moving forward, going, excuse me, going back and forth on something continuously, because whenever we move forward, we're moving forward based on the choices given to other people. And that is definitely not the way forward for us. So that's not the way forward for us, right? So we turn back, and then we're still looking into other people's lives and working on that, and then building strength enough to move forward. And then when we move forward, we're like, okay, that's not my way. And then we're going back again. So this is a back and forth, back and forth. So if you're feeling like it's a stuck situation and your emotions are stuck, uh, and it's like a stalemate kind of situation, this is the reason why it is happening. This is the reason why you're unable to move forward, even though you're strong enough. You have the strength. So we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Strength card here, and we have the Eight of Wands. That's a great um, potential to move forward, but the options and choices that you're looking for are not for you. Are not for you. So please give us more. This is also telling me, guided to mention that people will trap you in their agendas. Once they get to know that you're looking into them, they're not going to just jump in. Not everybody's going to say that, uh, say to themselves that I need to probably, guard myself. Somebody's spying on me. We have the Lovers card here again, and we have, like, the Hermit card. The Lovers card is it's actually a very spiritual card. It gives you spiritual choices. Always thinking about material world choices. Our spirit will wants to lead us in a certain direction, but we get trapped in this ego programming that we got to do better than somebody else. So we look into what somebody else is doing with their hard work, and then we're like, okay, I've got to better. Uh, I've got to get better at doing this, but that that may not be the choice. So you got to investigate that. Does that align with my soul? Does that align with my own energy? Do I even like it? Is just because they are good at it, it doesn't mean that I would like doing that exact thing, right? I wouldn't, like, for me personally, I would really not want to go back to working in an office again. I wouldn't. Even if I'm doing tarot, I don't want to have an office or a studio or a clinic. I get asked this question all the time because I do personal reads. Uh, but I would rather just, you know, go outside at a cafe and have a conversation with cards on the table than make it professional. But for other people, they want to have a professional setup, and they want to have a professional setup. As soon as they said that, the type of conversations that we're having with ourselves and with each other, the nature of it is excessively being guided by what we see and what we read on the internet, and what we this card also is for me like online spying. So what we're going through in other people's profile, and then we kind of internalize their language and their theme of things, and that is also taking us away from our own authentic uh, selves and powers. Abilities. It's like borrowed. It's a borrowed way of thinking. It's a borrowed way of speaking. It's a borrowed way of even resting and rejuvenating. It's a borrowed way of moving forward. And then when it doesn't suit us, we tend to turn back. You take one step forward and then one step backwards, one step forward, and eight of wands. Yes, that is, again, we still have this at the bottom of the deck, two of cups. There's a conversation coming up, and I think we really need to change this up a little bit, like completely. Even if it's not completely gone, but of course we cannot completely ignore other people, and that is also showing up in these cards, you can't completely ignore what is going on with other people. It's eventually it's all the same thing, but it's all everybody is doing it in their own perspective. That's why the first thing that they tell you when it comes to manifestation is like that you have to remember this one thing: there is plenty for everyone. There's plenty for everyone. There's communication that's coming from a space in the past. It's definitely between you and us and somebody who's yeah, it was stalled for a very long time because the mind was on fire. It was literally on fire. Yeah. And like you had to pause because this was getting very, 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 very difficult. It was unsustainable. That's why this rest was needed to regain your strength to move forward. But then it's like you didn't know how to do it on your own, and that's why a discussion will need to be had with someone, or someone wants to talk to you about this thing so that you all can probably overcome this situation together or with the help of each other. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guided not to take that card. I see a sense of the intensity dwindling. I mean, it's not that horrible. Not stuck in the trap of others that much. It's just there. It's oh god. All right. There are people who have been very dominating, and oh, I'm getting so mixed. I'm getting so much here. You have the chariot. I'll take this as well, this as well. Ten of Swords. What did I tell you? And World card. This message is going to resonate with somebody very, very strongly. This is this is somebody that I've not channeled so clearly before. Okay, so you are really looking forward to close this chapter. You want to have command of your own life. You don't see it, you've never learned it, you've never done it before, but you're ready to take a leap of faith. Um, it's like you want to move away from this past situation, but you want to learn from this. That there is a little bit of conversation that can be had here with somebody from the past, or somebody from the past really, really wants to have this conversation so that they can exit this situation. This conversation is long overdue. It's not like you want to exit each other's lives or anything like that. Um, that may be the case with some of you. Some of you, you'll want to probably move away from your home, uh, current home, and into this uh, your own world kind of home, your own thing. This was this looks to me like the generation before you, your parents and grandparents, your fathers and or your grandfather. They have they had decided your life so far, how it's going to go forward and how it's going to function for you. They had written it all out, but that has kind of ended. That has ended, and that's why you can't see it anymore. Especially your grandparents' generation, that is so far removed from the current state of the world that we are in. And that's why you can't move forward. So, okay, this is coming from this the trapped thoughts and thought forms are very powerful thought forms. They come from the past, and they come from your family, especially your ancestry, the teaching and the way of thinking that has guided you so far, so good. It did give you a lot of momentum in life, but then now you're like, but now suddenly something shifted and it's just stopped, and it just kept on collecting and collecting and collecting in your father's generation. And um, there is still hope for a new beginning with this set of sort of forms, but again, you are unwilling to see that. You're unwilling to give a chance, unwilling to give a chance to even your parents' generation. It's understandable, because we are supposed to end the chapter of these thought forms that are not yours. There is an opportunity for some of you in this generation to live a completely brand new life, brand new life. Have your own concept of a family, happily ever after, etc. I don't know. I just got this that, like, these these adopted children. This is a couple that got together a little later on in life, where they're like, maybe we should not try for our own children, and they move away and they get they adopt the local children there, two children, or just children come by and hang around with them wherever they're hanging around. They're not even adopted. It's like a completely different concept that somebody's looking to live their life in, and it's really beautiful. It, and it's come looking to me like, when you let go of looking into the past, and especially on the internet, you're not going to find much from the previous generation. It's more futuristic, and things move more faster, and you're going to be very busy in selecting the thought forms that liberate you versus the thought forms that trap you, so you can actually participate in your own life and move forward without having to go back and back and forth on your decisions of growth and expansion and communication. This communication is not happening right now because it's just not. There are so many thoughts that do not belong to you, that you do not you do not like. There's so much in there that is pushing you down, so much mental energy that is pushing you down, that you are unable to speak. The King of Cups is very quiet. The Scorpio energy coming up here, and this is Aries energy. This is Cancer energy with the Chariot. um yeah, that's about it. Those are the signs that I'm getting. And uh we're getting fire signs there. So Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries on the table. We have water signs here with the King of Cups. I'm getting more of Scorpio here. I'm not getting so much Pisces here. So it, like I said, this burst of like, energy, like this, these thoughts are like kind of getting, they're just going to come out in not a very uh pleasant way. Not pleasant in the sense, uh unpleasant. It is going to be very fast that these thoughts are going to be released you, through words. There's going to be a verbal vomit of some sort. And because you don't recognize those thought forms that come from this generation, especially, you understand them, but you're turning away you're looking at it, but you don't see how it's going to fit you. So there's just going to be a lot of venting. Yes, like you're going to vent these thought forms out, and then you're going to get new thought forms which are supposed to be your own thought forms. But what exactly, to answer what exactly are we releasing? We're releasing the paternal line of thoughts here. Let's be very specific. Very paternal line of thoughts here. This looks to me like somebody who is in charge, maybe authority figures. They could be teachers, your mentors, even current bosses or leaders that you have followed. Somebody who actively participates in society and leads them. Any thought forms that have been given to you that are not yours or have never sat well with you and have kept you trapped, they're going to come out. And like they're going to come out fast, because the Eight of Wands is also very fast communication. And this combination of the King of Cups and the Six of Cups is, to me, like this is long overdue. This release is long overdue. That's why you keep going back and forth. That's why the stalemate is happening in the first place. And this chapter needs to be closed because it's ended for you already. Thinking on the lines of these people, these authority figures, uh, this is home and this is society. This is something outside. It's no longer part of your world. That chapter's ended. We have 1010 here. That means it's an ending for sure. Let's get a little bit more on this. How do you release this? Because the Eight of Wands is showing up twice. How do we release this energy? How do we wish to release this energy, rather? How do we hope to? What's the best way to release this energy? Yeah, you're manifesting the release of this energy, like this mental energy. Six of Swords. You're dropping the thought forms that no longer serve you, and you're looking at the bigger picture, a more happier picture. The entire spectrum of thoughts that are available to you. We have the Five of Swords here. You've been cut into two by your own thoughts. The thoughts that you harbor in your mind can either make you or break you. And we have the two of swords here again, showing up here again. It's like a block. It's just causing a mental block. It's not right now the thoughts that are in your mind are completely not yours. That's why you can't see anything inside your mind. So like I was thinking about this card specifically before beginning the reading, and it's like, despite us a really hardworking and intelligent creatures, and nothing's gonna come out of this situation. We have another 8 here, so we have 8 8, and we have 10 10. So you're thinking that I have I've designed my entire life based on thoughts that don't serve me, and I'm not gonna get anything out of it. If there's a sense of defeat. There's a sense of defeat. This is not victim mode. Like, this is like a retreat. It's like I quit, and maybe some of you will be quitting your jobs to pursue your passion, or whatever you're doing currently that was based on your past, or whatever people had suggested based on what your parents or grandparents or your teachers, the schools and colleges wished for you, which was it was limiting you, it was holding you tightly to things that are just basically too small for you. You're getting more clarity. You're looking at the situation with um, there is there's no bias. You're not very biased. You're not saying that, okay, their generation was wrong and sorry, and my generation is better, or my generation is wrong and their generation was better. No, you're just weighing it in a way, and you're measuring it in a way as in, that just doesn't suit me. It's a fact that no longer suits me. It might suit somebody else, but it does not suit me. That my passion, my mind no longer uh, works on those lines. My heart, my soul. These thought forms are not. They do not serve me anymore. Okay, so there's upward momentum. So what we're going to talk about is what the conversation that is going to release this is going to be about. It is going to be is about spirituality, and this conversation might be happening right now. Some of you might be actually speaking to someone or rising higher. Can't make this up. Yeah, it's about spirituality. It was connecting more with the feminine side. We had the Empress and Emperor on the table again. It came out in the last live that I did. And we had the full card here again at the bottom. Starting new. I'm getting a lot of uh, imagery on my news feed where I'm seeing like these small creatures that are very infant like. They're very just born. They've like come into the new world. It's like new life. You're breathing in new life into you're wanting to breathe in new life. And this is a very positive conversation. So even if it's coming out really fast, faster than you'd hope, and you cannot keep track of your words, it's for the best. Yes, we have this. It's definitely happening today. This moon. It's definitely happening today. We have that moon. So this conversation is really happening today, and the conversation is coming in with this person from the past, and um, there is some uh, the secrecy ends here. You're rising above the secrecy creatively. You understood that you were it's like you were keeping secrets for no reason. Once you were being secretive for no reason whatsoever. You really did not need to be so guarded or secretive about whatever that happened in your past. It's funny how I dropped all the cards on the Six of Cups instead of the Eight of Wands. In fact, you're a very humble and genuine soul. You've worked really, really hard to get here, to do justice to your entire life and your ancestors, your parents. You have done all that you could, and which required things, which required you to have the strength and courage to do the things that they wouldn't approve of, but were needed to do, to be done. And you did that, and you did that with honesty and integrity. You had the capacity to keep your ego aside and do what was needed so far. But you've realized that you've got to rise above that, and the way to do that is to um, l- give this up. Yes, I did so and so thing. Yes, I spoke to such and such person, but I did not do it because I wanted to do something bad or it was a bad thing. I did it with a sense of creativity, some kind of positivity because it needed to be done. Those people, I had to be a part of those activities or those conversations. But I did it. I did not participate in it. I probably enabled those set of people that needed my help, and that's about it. But I have I was always uh, on my way upwards, rising upwards, growing, and becoming closer to my creative abilities, things that give me peace, things that give me joy, uh, things that give me an opportunity to create a beautiful life for me. And then that you realize that those secrets that you were keeping, those activities that were happening at night and the secrets that you were keeping, it, coming out to be like if you would have spoken about them, they would have you would have brought it to light and you would have shown that it's coming to me like just because those things were done at night, in the middle of the night. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. It post 12 o'clock. It's just that is the only reason why they seemed wrong. But otherwise, they were very creative and beautiful things. This speaks to me like Mahashivratri. So at, there's always a Shivratri at this moon. When you see this moon, it's a Shivratri. We are supposed to stay up at night. Keep your spine upright so that you get a lot of spiritual downloads. So working at night can actually give you a lot of spiritual downloads. Just because you're out at night, out and about at night, does not mean that you were doing something wrong. You were just out at night. You were getting energies from the moon. That's divine feminine speaking to you directly, communicating with you directly, getting you closer to understanding your divine masculine. The divine masculine are always so misunderstood, and you're just incapable of understanding the divine masculine side. the masculine side of you. And when you, the only way you can do it is by connecting with your feminine side. Otherwise, you cannot understand the masculine. We are so engrossed in being in the masculine energies that we don't understand ourselves. And the energies at night, they do really help you. There are so many artists that, especially writers, they stay up, they wake up in the middle of the night, and they do their activities, they practice their craft in the dead of night. And the best form of writing comes out at night. I can say this by my own experience. So just even though even if you're not an artist, even if you're not even if you don't have a night shift, and you have been out and about on the street at night, just hanging out with friends, just hanging out, not doing. And this combination, I think it was beautiful. Whatever you were, you on your own were doing, doesn't matter what other people were doing. Other people were probably doing something really shoddy and shady, but what you were getting out of it was for yourself was really beautiful, really, really, really beautiful. And keeping that a secret, because you wanted probably it to be a secret, and you were also a little afraid of confessing that, you were out at night, when you were supposed to be at home, um, because you knew that this set of people who were ruling your life and who had pinned you down with their own way of thinking, their mentality, their thought process, and probably there was a lot of spying going on you and your activities, and they were completely misreading it, and they were unable to see this. That's why you just stopped telling people about this beautiful, beautiful spiritual journey, ascension journey that you were going through, because you were out and about at night. It was completely taken in the wrong way, I think. Yes, with the moon card, it was completely taken in the wrong way. Um, yes, and that's what needs to be released. There needs to be some more confidence. Um, there needs to be some more confidence in speaking the truth, or telling people about your spiritual ascension journey. Yes. Okay, that changed. We still have the Son of Pentacles at the bottom. It's this reading is surreal. Wow. The Page of Swords, the Daughter of Swords again, the Three of Swords. There. Oh my God. There you go. A whole nother reading came up. There is definitely a binding spell. There is definitely a binding spell done on you. But the funny part is, it was done on you and your actual. So it was a binding spell was done on you by other people. Other people wanted to bind you in, but that it's like you learned how to break away from it, because you adapted the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, that is singlehood, self-sufficiency. Have a mind and heart and resources of your own always, and then you learn how to not be a part of it and still like know how to pull the strings around in that situation. And it kind of got you closer to your own journey, your own self. The lovers is the twin flame card, and the twin flame, your twin flame is you, basically your inner feminine and masculine. And your spiritual journey just took off. So what they were definitely hoping to pin you down. There's another 10 here at the bottom, the 10 of Pentacles. They were hoping to pin you down with this spell work at night. Whoever was around you at night, they were constantly doing this spell work and probably using crows. Crows have a lot of knowledge, and they're very talkative. So connecting with the energies of a crow, and there was a lot of sorcery going on here around you and on you, but you had the wisdom. You had the wisdom. You did not look at what they were saying. You were not ready to listen to what you blocked them out completely, and you were doing your own thing. That really helped, and that is what put an end to this. The reason why you're so tired and you're so bogged down is because the grip that they had on you and your material world. The devil card is speaks about your 3D world arrangements, the material world arrangements, the earth plane arrangements, right? Um, that is what this spells are basically whatever anybody is spelling in your direction, whatever anybody is speaking to you. And the conversations that these people, the set of people that were around you that were having, were really weird and toxic. And they even if they were not toxic or weird, this was being done purposely to hold you in this certain pattern of functioning. They did not want this process to happen because they knew that you would go fairly far away from this their their reach. You go far away from their reach. The crows probably told them that, we can give you just a little tidbit of knowledge to hold this person down, but this person is capable of getting knowledge from the source, and the kind of information and knowledge that we will be giving to this person is going to be of a much higher dimension and of existence, or of the mind that y'all can never reach. So whatever y'all are doing, whatever hold y'all have on this person, is not going to last. And they kept looking, they kept spying on you and trying to trap you in your, as you were going along your business during the day. They kept blocking you. We have the page of swords, three of swords, two of swords here, and 10 of wands here. It's 10 of wands. It kept blocking your day-to-day activities. This is looking to me like somebody constantly interfering or pushing other people in your face, like creating a third energy, unnecessary work, not letting you look into your own work, and then outright stopping you from doing anything. So this is getting you involved in work that is not yours. They were only spying on you so that they could do these things, which is making you do the work that is not yours, not letting you look into your own work and business, and then outright stopping you from doing anything whatsoever. Why would these people do this? Is because they were just afraid of losing you, which they completely did lose you, because you're looking to end the chapters here. You are telling them that you are not like them and you do not like what they do. You've moved too far away from them in your own power. It's beautiful. Three cards for the new world that you're looking at. To clarify the world card, give me three cards, please. Because that is something that you're going to be telling them. That whatever you're going to first be informing your grandparents and your parents, that generation or authority figures, people who you considered your mentors, your teachers, your guides, your leaders. You're going to be telling them that whatever I was doing, I was doing it for growth, spiritual growth and expansion. Yes, the people involved with me were so and so, such and such, and in fact they were stopping me from doing a good job, even in the material world. Their action, they kept blocking me. You're going to confess. This is going to be a confession to your elders, that of how good you are and how much you've grown spiritually, and in spite of doing such a great job, you're still feeling bogged down, and that is because of following their rules and their mentality. And that is the chapter you'll be ending and moving forward to. This is, you're going to tell them that this is what I am going to move forward towards. This is how we are going to release the mental energy that is causing us to feel like this. So, this part of it is also important if you want to truly, truly close the chapter completely. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Eight of Swords again here. Got the. Oh, I was guided to take this card as well. One more card. Yes. You're not going to be taking any offers that have, especially in work, that have clearly, you're telling them that whatever harmed them previously, whatever put them in a trap, and whatever put you in a trap, and those traps, if they have affected your financial resources, like money especially, whatever depletes money, you're not going to do it. Instead, you will do things that are more creative, that you can shape, you can give shape to, not the things that hold you down and trap you down, because it's like a honey trap. Like, these two ladies have trapped this man. The honey trap is what has caused this Five of Pentacles situation. Like, you're snowed in, you can't make any money, and uh they're just eh, they're just romantic offers, they're just honey traps. It's just seductive to get stuck in this entire situation. This this was just These thought forms come from seduction and manipulation. They don't come it does They don't come from creativity, and you're going to actually tell them what you are interested in creating and what you're interested in shaping and growing when it comes to your money. And you're going to tell them that this is the plan of action. This is how I'm going to create my wealth, my money. That and the thing is, that is all you're giving them. That is all you're giving them. And that is all they'll be able to hear. They're only going to be able to hear about how are you going to make your money. And you have the answer. And once you actually communicate, a lot of eights on the table, by the way. So once you communicate that, you're going to get the permission to move forward. You're going to be able to move forward without having to look back. So that's all I have for you now. I hope this helped, and I will see you next time.